Hey, it's Van Ondi, and you're listening to Best Week Ever. This is the podcast where we break down everything that made this week amazing. Big stories, small wins, and those unforgettable moments that made us go, whoa, what a week. Each week, I bring on some incredible guests to chat about what's happening, share their stories, and help us figure out who's absolutely crushing it. And, of course, who's having the worst week ever. Because let's be honest, we all love a little bit of drama. So if you're here for the buzz, the laughs, and maybe a little tea, you're in the right place. New episodes drop every Friday. Follow now, and let's make this your best week ever. Welcome back, guys, to another week of Best Week Ever podcast. I am your host, Fan, and as always, we're going to discuss who's having the worst and best week ever in pop culture. This week, I have my good friend, my real, true friend,
Real life
Noor.
friend. Yeah.
Real life friends.
Real life
Noor
friends.
from The Reality Is. How are we today, Noor?
We're so good. We're so good. We're so excited. We're so excited to talk about the things that we were talking about that when I recorded Atlanta and Rhode Island with you on my podcast, I couldn't stop talking about these things. So I can't wait.
I am so thankful for you to have me on your show because we were talking about all Rhode Island and Atlanta. So if you guys want to hear me discuss about my Real Housewives, please go and check over to Noor's Reality Is podcast and also rate her 5 stars while you're at it, because it will help us grow and we will be able to feed you more content because we love to talk about Bravo. And as always, we love to talk about pop culture. Can you let my listeners know a little bit about I feel like my listeners know who you are because I tell them all the time to check you out. But how are you doing this summer with Bravo?
Oh my God, I'm doing okay with Bravo. Kea from Bravo We're Black bullied me into watching Desi Bling on Netflix, and I'm 3 episodes in. And here's the thing that I always realize whenever I watch a non-Bravo reality TV, Bravo just gets reality TV in a very different way. So I think that the production and the way that stories are edited and all that stuff, Bravo, nobody else can compete to what Bravo is putting together in that way. There is a particular, it was like the way you couldn't get MTV style reality TV anywhere else, you know? And I think that there is a specific Bravo style reality TV that just does not exist in other spaces. Netflix tries it, but it's a little bit too glitz and glammy. There's a lot of slow-mo shots. There's not a lot of talking, and I think Bravo does the dialogue and the talking and all that stuff really well. And even when they're not, we have what is it? Nest cam footage from Summer House. It's not even that exciting, but for some reason they just edit it better. But my feelings about Bravo, it's interesting because Bravo is going to come up quite a bit in my best and worst. So actually mostly just in my best. But my feelings about Bravo right now is that love you down, Bravo, but I'm excited for Peacock because we're back. We're in Love Island season. So
we are in Love Island season. And also, unfortunately, Hulu is on Love Island UK. You're so right when it comes to the way Bravo produces things. And also, Hulu could wish, because the
The fact that they had Secrets and Sisterhood, do you remember that? The 10 Muslim
Yes.
sisters? We
Yes.
never got an update. And I am still one of the only fans standing where I'm like, I would like to know where they are. I don't want to find their TikTok. I don't want to find their Instagram. I just need them to be back on that Hulu screen. And Hulu just doesn't do what Bravo does.
No, they don't. I remember it was like Secrets and Sisters. It was like the Secrets of the Sherazade sisters or something like that. I was excited because like me, Taria, and Zell did like a 3-part crossover event, and we never finished the last part of it because we were like, "Is anyone watching this show?
Nobody.
Who are we
I think I
talking
was the
to?"
only one, and
Yeah,
I
you
was
were like,
listening to your
yeah,
recaps.
it was the 4 of us. It was the 4 of us watching the show. I did hear, like, just from, like, a South Asian representation point of view, one of my listeners told me that there is a show about, like, polycules and, like, poly couples and stuff, and there's a show I don't know, it has to be a TLC because TLC always loves to do wacky stuff like this, but there's a show where there is a throuple in Long Island, and one of the women in it, I think her name is Tahmina, she is Pakistani, and I was like, "Okay, I'm so embarrassed, but I think I do need to watch it." But that's the other thing, like, Aarti was over this weekend, and we were talking about, like, there's certain shows that we can't get into. Like, she can't watch, Love Is Blind the same way she can't watch, like, the TLC shows, like, Married at First Sight, and what's the other one?
90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiancé. We can't get into that. Like, we are not that's just not for us. We can't do the 90 Day Fiancés and the Married at First Sights and the Love Is Blind. I do Love Is Blind, but, like, it's just different. Those shows are just made a little bit differently. The fandom is made a little differently. I think the only TLC show that, like, she and I can maybe watch is she definitely watches it, is Sister Wives, but, like, all the other shows, they just, like it's weird. It's like something's off. It feels low budget, you know?
And it's also like the haunting like shadow of the Duggars with that channel
Oh.
where I'm always like, no, this is where they get abused. Like reality TV stars on TLC, they don't get paid enough, you know?
Yeah, and they did our girl Stacey London so dirty on What Not to Wear because she was like the star of like What Not to Wear. It was TLC for a long time was like a baby story, a wedding story, and then like they started
Trading
playing like Trading
Spaces.
Spaces, which I loved. Obviously, Trading Spaces while you were out, those were great. And then slowly they switched into What Not to Wear, and What Not to Wear was like the crown jewel of TLC for a while. And then I found out that Portrait Stacey London was like, I had to file bankruptcy. I had no money. She's like, I was on TV, everybody knew who I was, and I had absolutely no money. And like now she's building her life back up. And I'm like, those two raised me. I learned about fashion from them. I still hear their voices when I'm getting dressed. So yeah, TLC is like it's a place that I can't necessarily get into, but yeah, Bravo just does it differently. For sure.
And that's why you got to listen to the reality is so you guys can
Yes,
get
thank
all the
you.
recaps there and also Love Island. We are in
Yes.
Love Island fever right now and we're excited to watch Love Island right now. Who is your favorite couple as of
What
last night?
as you know, I said my favorite person on this show is Trinity. I love Trinity. There was that scene of her filing Bryce's nails. I was like, "Don't do that man's nails." But she was like, "What's my favorite color?" And he was like, "Pink." And she goes, "Wrong, bitch." I was like, I love whatever's happening here. I really like Trinity, but I think my favorite couple is Naya and Casey,
I
you
love
know?
Casey so much. The way he was just building Anaya up just really
Mhm.
I was like, "That's my MVP right there." I was
Yeah.
literally telling my husband, I was like, "Hey, hey, hey, that guy, that guy's my MVP."
Yeah, exactly. I really like them. You know, I think like everybody's like, "Oh, stop comparing these people to like old couples." I'm sorry. I'm going to compare them because that's how my brain is set up. I compare these people to other couples. Like to me, right now, Casey and Naya feel like Cordell and oh my god,
Serena,
Serena and Cordell
yes.
because Serena and Cordell also got together sort of like begrudgingly. Like they were like, we're like not really into each other like that. Like it's whatever, right? And I think like that it's like a very similar like friendship vibe with those two. And then to me, Kada and Zach feel very much like the guy who got caught with in the hotel taking pictures of his hole. What was his name? You know what I'm talking about.
No, who got
You know
caught
who I'm
taking?
talking about. There's the guy from season 6 who like somebody outed his pictures while he was in the
Oh,
island of
Louis
himself.
Miguel.
No, not Miguel. I love Miguel. Miguel is so hot.
Who
Leah and
got
Miguel are
outed?
amazing. Who is the guy? Season 6. Let me look up season 6 Love Island couples. It was like him and like a Kendall and Nicole. Kendall was the one that
Oh my God! See, this
yeah,
is why Love Island really gives me brain fog when it comes
that's
to past
fine. I don't
seasons
think
because
I don't
Kendall is someone
Mhm.
I don't ever want to think about again.
No, I think that we're meant to not remember these people's names. I think that they're meant to come in and pass. Like, do you remember anybody that you watched on A Baby Story on TLC? I think we need to like go
No.
back to that. I barely remember. There's like a few people I remember on like MTV's True Life, a few people, but like I don't remember all of them. Um, but yeah, I think Kada and Zach remind me of Kendall and Nicole. And I think those are, I mean, who's the other one? Ugh, God, Melanie and Sincere, go away from me with this, but go birds. But go away from me with this. I'm so over it. And then that guy, what's his face? Corbin, the
Yeah.
personality of stale toast. Just
You
one
guys
of
already
the
know how I
worst.
feel about tall men. They don't know how to work their dicks, and they really
Mm-mm.
do think that their presence is a gift. And that's what Corbin gives me.
Yeah. Tall privilege is the same as like pretty privilege for like girls. And that he never built a personality. He was like, I'm just tall. Okay.
Do you want a kiss?
Do you
Oh,
want a kiss? I want to like remember what it was like. Come up with something new, sir. Go away. Get out
yeah,
of here. And
he's lame.
Kenzie was like, I like the 69. Kenzie, nobody likes the 69. Go get out of here. Shut
We
up.
need a screenshot of her facial reaction when Corbin was like, "What's 69?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, get me out of here."
Kenzie was like, I made a mistake. She was like, he makes me horny. Oh, he doesn't know what 69 is. Never mind. Oh, a white boy? Yeah.
So I'm guessing Kenzie is probably your least favorite out of the whole entire cast then.
It's between Kenzie and Melanie. But when I say least favorite, I mean kookiest. But I actually love watching them on TV. By the way, people are like, Melanie's so crazy. We need to vote her off.
She's
No, we don't.
not.
No, also, we don't. We need to keep the crazies on TV. Okay. When it comes to the men, I'm like, yeah, get Bryce off of my TV. Old man Bryce, go away. Go away. Go straight to Turkey. Get yourself some plugs. But
I actually like Bryce.
I know you like Bryce because he reminds us all of Eric Von Deeten from watching Disney movies growing up. We're like, he was in Princess Diaries. He raised us.
He really did. He's hitting a scratch that like he's hitting an itch that really needs to be scratched right
I
now. And I'm
know.
like, I don't mind him.
It's the floppy, dirty blonde hair, okay? It's the Teen Beat magazine hair. That's what it is. I get it. But like I think with girls, when girls are kooky crazy, I'm like, keep her on TV. It's so good to watch. But the men, like, you need to be really funny or you need to be really hot. And Corbin, I'm sorry, you don't Corbin's just tall. He's just tall.
Yeah.
No.
And I gotta say, I love Melanie too, especially last night's episode where she was kicking her feet with the new bombshell. And I was like, at this point, Melanie knows how to play this game.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Sincere, I'm sorry, he's probably my least favorite. He's been
Mhm.
just giving me a lot of red flags of just honestly, last night we're on the group chat on Threads with Bravo White Black guys. We're having such a great time. Please join us on there so you can like and watch what we're saying as we're viewing the show at the same time. But the fact that Sincere is tallying up all of Melanie's like mistakes, that's a red flag for me, dog.
It is. I will say, Sincere, drop the hair care routine because what are you doing? Okay, can I say something about Sean? Obviously, he's a cop. So I was like, we're done. Not interested. One of my favorite Love Island memes right now so far, guys, go follow our friend, Amanda Hunt and Kiss. Amanda Hunt.
Yes.
Her Love Island stuff is so funny. She posted that reel of being like, everybody's jobs on Love Island. And you like get to cop and you're like, ew, don't ruin my show. So obviously couldn't get into Sean because he's a cop. But also, this is so weird. His face, like his actual little face, like the full fit front of his face looks like one of the classmates from my kid's class. And I've known this
No
child since he
way.
was in like kindergarten. So I'm like, you look like a 12-year-old to me. Like when he's cheesing, I'm like, oh my God. Like, that's Jacob. Like, that's so weird. And so I couldn't get into him.
No,
Also, are they turning up the kissy noise meter on the show this season? Because I feel like every year the kissing sounds seem to get louder.
I think they picked it up from UK because that's what UK does. Like, I am convinced that UK hires up the volume because they love the sound of their pecs. I don't know what it is with Love Island.
But I hear that in UK it is pecs. It's pecs. It's not. Yeah.
It is pecs. You're right. We don't hear the slurping sound of it.
You would say we're slurping and glurping, and I'm like, yuck, get out of here.
I know. I know Kendrick hates this game, but he's like, when it comes to them with the milk and like, he's like, that's when I'm out.
Yeah, no. When
And I
things start to
don't
get
blame
disgusting,
him.
no.
I don't blame him.
I will
But
say
guys,
my beef right now with
sorry.
Love Island was the episode where they did like the workplace scenarios or whatever. I was like, this is an OSHA violation. But like also, I felt like not enough boys got dunked. You know? Like I feel
No.
like we needed to be sliming the men more. It was weird. Why are we sliming women? Get out of here. Slime the men.
Yeah. Here's to hoping that Soul, the new bombshell, will be able to do
so
that.
hot.
She had my neck just like broke looking at her. Like,
Yeah.
so fine.
Every so often, I am unfortunately reminded that I am attracted to men. But the days when I'm reminded that I'm also attracted to women, I'm like, oh, woof! I'm so happy. I loved it. Oh my God. Soul walked in and I was like, ay, oh my Lord.
Literally, I feel bad for my husband because he knows Ariana's walking out when I'm just like, oof, oh, just like all my orgasm sounds goes to Ariana all the time.
As you know, I was on medical leave for like 6 weeks from work, and this is my first week back last night. I was checking emails. I was still like 500 emails behind, and I had my laptop open. I also had my iPad on with Love Island, and then I also had the Knicks game on the TV in the living room. And I was like, this is like the best way to like do something that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to go through these 500 emails, but I'm going to do it by doing like 2 other things that I care about. It was amazing.
I love that. And guys, we are now going to talk about our worst week ever, honorable mentions. Who do you have on your list this week?
I do have to give it to the Knicks fans because they did lose that third game. So all of those beautiful chants, my mayor Muslim, my bagel Jewish, my Christian Dior, Knicks in 4. Unfortunately, they didn't get it. They did also have to, the American taxpayers had to pay into having to share the arena with stupid ass Trump, who fell asleep in the in the little press box or whatever. So annoying that he was there. Knicks lost last night, but like honestly, they're so good. They were so close to winning that game. I obviously believe Trump did that. But I feel bad for Knicks fans because they lost, but also because the sports fans, they be doing crazy stuff on the streets and they're beating up these people wearing Spurs shirts. And everybody was like, New Yorkers are so nasty. And I was like, no, that's not New Yorkers. That's sports fans. That's called being a sports fan, and sports fans are crazy. It's the most toxically masculine space that there is, okay?
It
You want to
really
talk about
is. I mean,
rioting? It's sports riots, and it's always white people.
girl, I'm wearing my Mets jersey right now. And when I go to a San Francisco Giants game or an A's game where they're playing it, the way they treat me, I'm just like appalled. I would never. Also, Mets fans are like historically known to not give a fuck about other teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I just don't get that vibe. Yeah. And also, worst week ever for his TikTok influencer granddaughter being right next to him. Do you know about Kai, who
I do
is
know about Kai, who's
using
like,
all the CIA tax? I mean, like, she uses like the service as her own.
like the Secret Service
don't
as
know.
her own. Yeah. Has her
Yeah.
own prey. She's so stupid. I like, there's nothing good. Like, you cannot just get, guys, it's like, I sometimes feel like when I start talking about like how terrible these people are that like run our government, that I almost feel insane because I'm like, what am I even doing complaining? Again, my Tucker Carlson impression. What are we doing here? What's going on? Because what is going on? What are we doing here? I don't even want to talk about them anymore because it's like I still cannot believe that it's only been 2 years and this is where we are and this is what's happening. Like they're building a circus in front of the White House. Like it's just absurd. Everything is so stupid and it is worse than Banana Republic. It is a circus. It's terrible.
And I hope that he doesn't show his face for game 4, just because he did take over all of like our tax money payers for him to actually show up there and for him to fall asleep. And I think he really did curse the Knicks for losing that night.
Yeah, he did. He did that. I hate
Yeah,
him.
I hate him too. Can I tell you that when he came on the screen and my daughter heard all of them booing, my daughter started booing along with him.
Good.
And I was like, yes, this is allyship right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, my worst week ever, honorable mention, I have to give it to the movie industry because I don't know if you saw the movie Obsession. I've been obsessed with this movie. I feel like it is
Wanting
my
to see
summer
it.
blockbuster. Oh my God, you would love it. But there is someone who has worked with the movie that got paid $7,000 for her work. And mind you, Obsession was made for $750,000, but it has projected to have made over $250 million. And Kiwi Sue Prez, I will put this on the show notes, she did put on her Instagram grid of how much money she made on Obsession. She writes, I've debated this for a long time. I've been holding a lot of weight over the past 2 years since the production of Obsession. I did not know the rate beforehand and agreed to it. How much she made, $300 a day as an art director. This came out to $6,741 after taxes, no mileage. This is the reality of most filmmakers, especially those who work below the line. We become a line in the budget sheet to keep as low as possible. There were also crew on Obsession who were volunteers getting paid in gas and mileage. This wasn't even paid on time, so to make a 250 million grossing film, some of these amazing people had to come out of pocket to work on set. I kick myself every single day for not flipping this production. I was encouraged not to, and I naively listened. As this is the case for most low budget productions, everyone was to wear many, many hats. Though my official title is art director, I was also a PA, the dresser, graphic designer, background actor, driver, swing, and buyer. I was doing runs for the art department. I was shopping, loading, returning while the rest of the crew were on set. I had to wrap Bear's house that was left an absolute mess without water or crafties left behind. I shopped an entire location and loaded the truck the same day for shoot the next day, which also happened to be overnight. It took such a physical toll on my body that I kept losing weight, weighing 90 pounds during this production. I say this all to finally have my peace. I know this is bigger than Obsession. I know this is even bigger than the film industry. If you feel called to have this discussion with me, please do so. If you were a crew member on Obsession and feel called to share your rate, maybe we can turn the tide in the film industry. Now, I've worked in the film industry as well. What she was saying is unfortunately what you have to give in a movie production. I
Yeah.
remember logging tapes in Brooklyn in the middle of the night, working so hard for this indie film. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears. And yes, it was an indie film. I probably got paid like $10 for my work, honestly, because everything was paid for. Like, I was living with the director at the time. So that was like docked out of my pay. I was also getting paid for like traveling with, the
Yeah.
MTA at the time. So it just really shows a spotlight on the movie industry because it really shows where is the money getting funneled to? Because it's not
Yeah.
actually going towards the people who made the movie. It goes towards the people who what?
Produce it,
Advertise.
I guess. Yeah, like the investors of the movie, but that's it. And it's horrible.
It's
Ugh.
super horrible. And I'm super proud of this PA art
Art
director
director. Yeah.
to come out and say what she really feels about the industry. I mean, I would hold a lot of redemption as well if I worked for a film that made over $100 million and I'm still logging tapes and trying to
Yeah.
survive in the world. It really does put an eye on the movie industry. And it is on my worst week ever honorable mention, but it's something that we need to discuss more, especially as AI is taking over the movie industry.
Yeah, yeah, and then this is the stuff where you go like, well, then you have, like, Reese Witherspoon and
Ugh.
recently, like, to all these actors that are just like, Oh, AI is coming, AI is coming. Okay, but, like, I don't care that AI is coming into this art space. There's a lot of spaces where AI is coming. You still have to do your job. Like, you still have to figure out how to do it, and you still have to pay the people, the human beings that work there. And you're so worried about AI coming, and you're so worried about being left behind that you're not actually focusing on the human bodies that are in your studios and in your sets and on your sets doing the work. You're not paying them. You're not compensating them for their work. That's crazy.
It's
Well, hopefully
upsetting,
this, like,
but
gets in front of the right eyes and they, like she gets, like, a ton of work and they, like, compensate her because that's crazy.
I'm hoping she does get a lot of work. And we all know, I mean, you have to see this movie. The way this movie was filmed and we got a bunch of no-namers, it just made me want to go back to the cinema again and watch movies that are made by real people with
Ugh,
no-namers.
I love it. I can't wait. My husband did say, "Do you wanna go see Obsession or Masters of the Universe?" And I did say Masters of the Universe because I was a He-Man girly as a kid. I had the same haircut as him, and so then I became obsessed with him, even though it wasn't blonde. But I think I might swap over. I might watch Obsession instead.
It's a good watch, especially with your husband sitting right next to you.
Yes.
Nora, who's having the worst week ever in your runner up this week?
So it's not going to make sense because you're like, no, he's definitely having the worst week, but you'll understand when I tell you who the winner is. I think Spencer Pratt is having the worst week ever because obviously he's no longer eligible to be the mayor of Los Angeles. And I'm happy that makes me a winner of a best week and the city of Los Angeles a winner for best because yeah, he sucks. And I'm so glad that he's out. And I'm so glad that now we get to call out all these idiots that were like supporting him. Like Larry David's wife was like hosting like fundraisers for him. It was absurd. I'm like, what's going on? What are we
That is
doing?
an
What's going on?
episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm right there. Because what do you mean
Yes.
Larry David's wife was holding a party for him?
Yes, it's absurd. It's so stupid. And then also there's like podcasters that are out there and like supporting Spencer Pratt. But yeah, he was my runner up.
Yeah, I really want to see where he goes from here because he did make that promise that he's going to move out of LA. I don't know if the Beverly Hills Hotel is going to allow him to leave because he does owe a certain amount of money for staying there during that time. But did you see that Heidi Montag came out with like a new single music video drop? And my friend sent it to me and I was like, what the fuck did I just look at? Like,
No, I
what
didn't
did I
see it.
just see?
Is she wearing her fuck ass wig with it too in the music video? Because the wigs are really bad.
They're so bad. It's like a neon green grid. Like she really wants to be whatever's trending right now, which is sad
She's
because she still doesn't know who she is, guys.
yeah, Team LC from day one. Okay. Team LC from day
LC,
one.
he's a sucky person,
Yeah.
okay? Well, my best week ever worst week ever runner up, it has to go to a boy mom and a creepy boy mom. And you're a boy mom, Noor, but do you know this boy mom? Jenny
Is
Mullen,
it
who came out with the Substack.
is that
Please
Jason Biggs'
stay.
ex-wife? Is that Jason Biggs'
Yes.
ex-wife? Ugh, God. I did
The
hear about it. Is
title,
that what is it called?
please stay. I want you. I need you, God. Call me old fashioned, but I only want my sons to marry women with dead mothers. It's my only shot at staying relevant, of seeming useful, and of winning by comparison. Having boys is a mind fuck. It builds you up only to tear you apart. I'm here to tell you, women, that your sons cannot fulfill all of your wishes. Okay?
No.
She
No.
goes on to say, I'm not a stay at home mom. I have a job, a dog, and 12 to 15 things I'm considering buying off the real real. But none of that seems to matter because, as mothers of sons, the red pill and the blue pill both lead to the same place, oblivion. I used to find it insane that my mother in law fell apart when Jason told her we were getting married. Now I understand. It had nothing to do with my cat allergy or whether or not I touched her lasagna. I was eating her son straight out of the fridge without even asking for a plate. Should I go on?
No, you know what? Don't. So it's so funny because Sonia, our real life good friend Sonia Marie Sells, she raised she Patricia Heaton. She played Deborah uh in Everybody Loves Raymond. But she is like a crazy MAGA person, right? And on her Twitter profile, it says boy breeder. Boy breeder. And that's just the kind of people that these exist. I have two sons. Okay. And I believe that God gave me 2 sons because if I had a daughter, she would have been a menace and she would have been punching boys in the face. And I think that she would have been arrested and then I would have been arrested and then both of us would have been deported. And I think that's why God was like, maybe no daughter for you. But I raised my 2 sons in a way that's like not weird at all. Like I don't know how to I don't understand this weird obsession with like your with being a boy mom. I think it's so strange. I think your entire personality be honestly, boy mom is weird, girl dad is weird too. Like
Oh
I
my
just
God,
think
don't
it's
get me started with the girl dads. Those are
I
the
think it's
worst.
weird. Look, I love being a mom. I think being a mom is one of my favorite things to be, truly, honestly, because it's something that God bless for me, touch wood, is not something that has been difficult. Yes, I had some postpartum depression, but I had really good support and I have a really great partner. And I would not have had multiple children with this man if I did not know for sure that he was going to be like a really active partner in raising children because I'm not really a kid person. He's more of that. But like when it comes to being a parent, it was one of those things that before I became a parent, I had like no idea about. I had no expectations. And then I had kids and like we went through a lot. We went through like health stuff with my kids. Like there was just a lot of stuff that happened. But I, I feel like everything that I did created these like really cool kids. Like I've got really cool kids. They like listen to cool music and they play the guitar and like the younger one wants to play the drums and they like skateboard and they want to go to concerts. Like they're genuinely really cool kids. And I think about like how if I was a 12-year-old, I would have like just wanted to be their friend. But then I also realized I'm 40 and they're not my friend. They're my child, and I'm just making my one job in the world is to make sure that they're safe, they're loved, and they're cared for, and then they become decent human beings in the rest of society. This idea of like, I need to hold on to my son.
She also talks about a 12-year-old in here where she says several months ago, my eldest was texting with the girl. She was 12, but I could already tell my brand of toxic. That girl is 12 years old. You are a grown woman. This sounds like a you problem. Because
No, it's weird.
she goes on to say, when I was young, I was every mother's nightmare. Okay, so it sounds like a you problem. Go
It
to
sounds
therapy.
like you were a lunatic when you were a young teenager, and now you're projecting your lunacy onto other
Exactly.
young teenage girls, and that's not what it is. And now you're taking the lunacy that you had for 12-year-old boys when you were a 12-year-old girl and putting it on the 12-year-old boy that you made in your body. That's weird. That's weird. Go to therapy, get some medication, go see
And
somebody. That's
And
bizarre.
stop posting photos of you in bed with your son.
Oh
That
my god,
is creepy.
the cuddling was
I thought it was
so
AI.
weird. No, I was like yeah, it was like one of the those AI pictures where you're like, "This is AI because it's 2 heads mashed together, the worst of human
Yeah.
body." And then you're like, "No, it's a mom." We're and you know what? Don't post it to the internet. Y'all doing weird stuff in your own house. Keep it to yourself. Save it in the group chat. Send it to your therapist, see what they think. Like it's just it's so strange when my kids were little. And I think my son, my older one was like in 2nd grade or something. He like casually told me he had a crush on a girl in school. And I was like, "Oh, like I was like, "What is a crush? Do you know what that means?" And he was like, "Yeah, I like her." And I was like her for what?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just like her. I like being around her." And I was like, "Okay, great." And like it was like very chill. And then like the next year, it was like 3rd grade or 4th grade or something. And he was like, "Oh, remember I had a crush on so and so. Like somebody said I should ask her to be my girlfriend." And I was like, "Do you want that?" And he was like, "No, because I don't know what I would do with that." And I was like, "Right, like you're like 9. It's fine, right?" And so we talk about it very casually, and it's very much left up to like, what would you like to do with this? Do you know what these words mean? But my younger one, when we would start talking about these things, he would say, like, would be like, I was like, "Oh no, I do have a crush on anyone." And he would say, "No, I only have a crush on you, mama." And my
Oh.
older one would go, "That's weird. That's weird. You can't have a crush on your mom." And then he would go, he would go, she's Abba's wife. You can't do that. She's married. And I was like, well, also it's even if I wasn't like, it's fine. I was like, you could love me, but you can't have a crush on me because a crush is different than like loving somebody. But like it's very clear. Like it's very like it's so funny. Like my younger one is like the sweeter one. He says a lot of sweet things. He like is constantly buttering people up, but he's also sassy as fuck. Like he will say stuff like I'll be like, He'll come home and I'll be like, "Hello, my beautiful boys." Like, I love to say that to them, and then they go, "Hello, my beautiful mom." And, like, it's very sweet, but, like, that's it, and then we move on. And, like, I'm raising boys who know how to treat women or other people, like, their partners, whether it's a woman or a man or a non-binary person, like, I'm raising them to be kind to other people. I'm not raising them to love me that way. They're gonna love me no matter what I made them. They have no choice in the matter. Like,
If
it's so
and I
strange.
don't also like your son's what, 12, she says it on her he's not gonna after reading this when he's 18, he's gonna be made fun of. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that kid is being bullied. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I can't wait to have for Tessa. She is the writer for Like, Follow, Subscribe, where she talks about like kids who were born in front of a camera, you know, with
Yeah.
the vlogging family. And the I really want to know her thoughts on this. But Steph McNeil, who is also a boy mom, she is, in case you missed it, a podcast, ICYMI. And
Mhm.
she writes down how this is like she is a boy mom as well. And right now raising sons is terrifying. I
Yeah.
think the internet also plays into a lot of these fears. Once you enter the mom internet, as I like to call it, a lot of things are reported as fact, and most of them aren't great for mothers of sons. Sure, your baby boy will love you more than a daughter, in a common refrain that drives me nuts, but then he will inevitably leave you. You'll become the dreaded dad side of the family, the loser parents who are dumped for a mom's mom, who will inevitably fight with your daughter in law. It's tired tropes spun for the digital age. Guys, please
Yeah.
follow her. She is like one of my favorite
Yes.
journalists, and she is not working for Glamour anymore, but I'm going to have her on my podcast hopefully soon. And I
Yay.
just love her brain, especially when it comes to this sort of discourse,
Yeah.
because this is just women pitting against other women. Like, that is just a tired trope for sure.
Yeah, and we can't be, like, jumping into these things as evolved women, right? Like, I get it that, like, here's the thing. I think about it with, like, my mom's generation, and my mom luckily wasn't like this. And she's never been like this. She's not like this with my sister-in-law. She was never like this with my brother's girlfriend. Like, she's never been like this, and I think it was also because nobody was like this with her, because my dad was, like, raised by a stepmom, so there was, like, a little bit of a distance there. But I think that, like, generationally, when I see even my friends who have mothers-in-law who are very, like, overbearing or very, like, weird and overprotective of their sons and stuff like that, I think back to their generation. I think back to their time, the rights that they had. They were limited in what autonomy they had. They didn't have body autonomy, they didn't have financial autonomy. These are women that were, like, having children in, like, the 60s and 70s, right? Up until, like, the late 80s, they couldn't even open up their own credit cards. So it's like all of that stuff led them to being hyper obsessed with validation from other places. And if they weren't getting validation from their husbands who were out working, they were going to get it from their sons. Their sons were going to fulfill it. But the year is 2026 now, ladies. You do not need to be getting validated through your children, whether it's a son or a daughter, which goes into the weird girl dad stuff. I see so many things of being like girl dads watching their daughters like kiss their boyfriends, and then you just have them like pulling out guns and stuff. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird
It's
behavior. It's sick.
super weird. And don't get my kid involved in it.
No. This is like, and and the whole thing of like dad's side, I used to think about that too because I only have brothers. I have brothers, and my husband has a brother. So there's not a lot of women around my family and like my in our family to be like the mom side of the family, right? But like that was a trope that I remember hearing growing up. But when I think about it, I grew up more around my dad's side of the family, and I have cousins who I'm super close to from my dad's side of the family. And yes, my dad's side of the family is crazy. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, wait, my mom's side of the family is crazy too. It's everybody's nuts. Everyone's crazy, guys. There's enough crazy to go around. Okay. It's just that you grow up hearing less shit about your mom's family because you hear your mom talking, and then you hear your mom saying less shit about her own family. But trust me, your mom has other shit going on too. But my mother-in-law, when I got married, so I was 25 when I got married. My mother-in-law, one of the first things she told me after I got married was never tell your husband how much money you have. And she was like, and I know you married my son, but I'm telling you, not as a mother-in-law to a daughter-in-law, I'm telling you woman to woman. always keep your own bank account and always keep some money aside and make sure your husband never knows how much money is in there. And I said, okay, girl, tea. Yes.
And that is gold. That's literally and you're gonna inherit that same thing too. I can totally see you doing that the day that your sons will
My
get
kids get
married. Like,
married. Yeah.
that is a mother-in-law right there. I
That
love that
is a
for
mother.
you. Nor, who's having the worst week ever in pop culture this week?
So this is for me. This is connected to the Spencer Pratt of it all. Spencer Pratt got runner up, but the winner was the American education system, and specifically the people that don't understand how voting works in America or math. So the Spencer Pratt stuff happened because initially the first day of the election, it was like, oh my God, it's going to be like a runoff between Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt. So it was like, oh my God, what's happening? And then as more votes have come in because of how voting is counted in California, he is no longer in the running, and it's now going to be Nithya Raman and Karen Bass. And the Spencer Pratt voters are multiply dumb for so many reasons. Like, they're so stupid because, and this is where the winner is of the worst week ever, is the American education system, because they don't understand math. They don't understand how the math works there. They also don't understand how voting works. Like, they are a bunch of people that came from like Beverly Hills and like
Santa Monica.
yeah, to go and vote for Spencer Pratt. And they were like, we went to go vote for him. And they were like, oh, we're going to give you this ballot. And they like let me vote for him. And they're like, yeah, that's called a fucking provisional ballot. You're going to fill it out. You're going to give it back to them. They're going to confirm where you live. They're going to say, oh, this person doesn't live in a place where Spencer Pratt would have jurisdiction as a mayor. Their vote does not count. You're one of the reasons why it's taken us 4 fucking days to finish counting the votes, because you guys don't understand how voting works. Like, and so the worst week is the American education system, because guys, they're not getting it. These people don't understand.
They really don't. And then for a journalist to actually explain that to Donald Trump, the president, it
Mm-hmm.
makes total sense of why people think that they can vote in places that they don't live in.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Precisely.
Well, I'm going to keep it Bravo for my worst week ever this week, and that is to Lenny Hochstein for being sued by a Jane Doe who claimed that the famous plastic surgeon sexually assaulted her. The claims come weeks after Lenny's ex-wife Lisa Hochstein and her boyfriend Jody Glidden were arrested and accused of intercepting Lenny's private phone calls. And I don't know if you've been watching Lenny's Instagram. He needs to lay off the Facetune because we all know what he really looks like.
We know what that man
We've
looks
seen
like.
it in 4K.
Uh-huh.
But according to TMZ, an unnamed woman filed a lawsuit against Lenny, accusing him of luring her to his Star Island mansion and later drugging and sexually assaulting her. The lawsuit dates that Doe was visiting Miami from London in May 2025 when she met Lenny at the club, then claimed that Lenny invited her back to his home at an after party. However, when she arrived, there was no after party happening. And Lenny hit on her insistently and later gave her a pill to help her sleep, which she reportedly took because she trusted him. Yeah, we all know that Lenny's been a creeper, especially with his past girlfriend. And worst week ever, but also worst week ever for us because we don't have cameras up for us to see all of this.
Yeah, exactly. We're the losers here because we don't have cameras up for that, but we keep getting footage of fucking Amanda Batula and Wes Wilson in Italy or New York or whatever, spitting into each other's mouths, and not in the way that I want them to, like Love Island.
And we'll end it there.
And we'll end it there. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
going to move on to our best week ever topics. Best week ever honorable mention. I'll go first. And that is to my girl, Mika Abdallah. I don't know if you've been watching Off Campus. It's been a great rom-com right now to watch. It's a great rom-com for the streets, okay? I know Donnie said, should I watch? And I was like, if you liked Heated Rivalry, I don't know if you're going to like Off Campus because it's for the streets. But the Off Campus star, Micah Abdallah, and ex-fiance Jake Short have released a joint statement in response to speculation on their recent ended engagement. They were together for 5 years and they recently broke up, but the speculation came from a resurfaced podcast clip in which Jake called Mika some bitch. Mika and Jake released an exclusive statement to Us Weekly saying that the people are making harmful and inaccurate assumptions about their dynamic. Jake released his own statement on Instagram claiming he is aware that it is inappropriate and will continue to learn from this situation and work to show people the respect they deserve. Mika, you dodged a bullet. I'm glad you're not marrying this douche. And if my husband were to call me some bitch, I'm gonna show him how a bitch be.
Exactly. Do you know how often I look at my do you know this is like a thing I probably ask my husband once a fiscal quarter, and God bless him because he knows. He's sometimes I just look at him and I go, "Do you ever get so mad at me that you just like call me a fucking bitch?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "You never even in your head are like this fucking bitch." He's like, "No." And I'm like, "You never even want to say." He's like, "Do you want me to call you that? Because I don't want to, because you're the mother of my children, you're my wife. Like, I don't want to speak with you that way." Because in my mind, I know the world makes make it so easy for men to say stuff. Hello, I grew up watching Real Houses of New Jersey. There goes my fucking bitch wife, Joe Judice, in like the vineyard. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is how men talk, and it's like so refreshing when they don't. So yeah, like I'm so glad that this woman dodged a bullet and like she's out of there. I will say, um, on the heated rivalry hockey rom-com end, forgot to mention it, and I should have put it in my honorable mention, is did you see what's going on with Hudson Williams? He lost his Peloton sponsorship because a picture of him resurfaced from when he was in high school and somebody had drawn a swastika on his forehead.
Nor, can I tell you that the Reddit rumors have already warned me about his background history on just how like problematic he is, not only to his girlfriend because he was queer baiting at the time, but now knowing this, he has comments on Twitter back in the day saying racially problematic things. So I was waiting for something to happen with Hudson.
I know. And you know what, guys? We got to get ourselves off of the internet.
Who's your best week ever honorable mention this week?
My honorable mention was again the Knicks fans, because even though they've lost, there's nothing like being a Knicks fan right now, which I am technically not. I'm a Philly sports fan. I live in a house with Philly sports fans. I am last night we are watching and I was like, he's rooting for the Spurs because he was like, I just physically can't. I can't root for the Knicks. I'm a Sixers fan, whatever. And we were sitting and watching together. And then he left the room, and my son Noah whispered to me and goes, "I'm rooting for the Knicks too." And I was like, "It's okay. You can root for them." So even though they lost, it's just fun to be a Knicks fan right now. It's fun to be in the area. It's just like we're having a good time.
We're having a great time, and just knowing the history as well, that we carried the logo, the colors, it made New York, and it is the reason why New York is blowing up right now, is because the Knickerbockers, they are a trademark of what New York City is. Just a
Yeah.
struggle. Ugh, I love New York City and I love the Knicks. I've had a John Stark poster up when I was a kid. So I know.
So good.
I was telling my daughter, I was like, the last time they were at the NBA finals, I was 12 years old, and I am pushing 39 right now. So we
Do you
needed this.
remember the wingspan poster of Patrick Ewing? Do you remember this? I feel like in
Yes.
so many schools it was like in your nurse's office in like elementary school, and it was like a poster of Patrick Ewing's wingspan, and then behind it was like a hawk, a falcon.
A
This is
kitty
how long.
poster that says,
Yeah.
You'll make it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like that's what I think about, you know what I mean? So, yeah, for sure. It's a great time to be a New Yorker, which I'm not. I live
It's
in New Jersey.
Well, my best week ever runner up has to go to the director, Kane Parsons, who came out with the movie Backrooms. I just saw this film recently with my husband, and it is a vibe because the way that I feel scared now entering rooms, my husband is like, it's just a movie, Vanessa. And I'm like, I know, but like it really set a precedence to me of how this world works. But Kane Parsons is 20 years old, and not only is he a 20-year-old filmmaker? He's a box office top film right now. And he is
Wow.
also embracing the fact that he will absolutely not use AI. And he explains that he doesn't see the value outsourcing the making of art. And for a 20-year-old filmmaker, it brought me back to my filmmaking days. Like I said, I worked in a film, and being in the movie industry, it's hard work, but it's a gratifying feeling when you get your art shown up there. And I can only imagine how he's feeling, not only seeing his story out there, but also getting the recognition of using his abilities of being an artistic filmmaker. The
Yeah.
fact that he used no AI, he used 32,000 feet of of construction of building that whole entire movie set. The lighting, I can go on about this film behind the scenes. I know people are kind of like mixed about how they feel about the movie, which is understandable. I think they're giving, he is 20 years old. They're comparing him to David Lynch. I think he
Okay.
has the capabilities of getting there. And I just need us to praise more of these young filmmakers because as AI is coming, I don't want my daughter to think that she can just make AI films. I want her to be like Kane Parsons, who started off as YouTube. Same as the creator of Obsession, he is a YouTuber kid. They all started
Yeah.
off making films on YouTube, and it's just a delight to see as a filmmaker, you know?
It is. And I think like just on the topic of like AI, I think he said something which I really liked, which is that the thing that AI does is it takes away your ability to make the art, and art is not about the end product that you get that you can sell. Making art, the actual making of art, the process of what you learn about yourself while you're making the art, that's really where being an artist exists. And I think because we live in such a hyper capitalistic society, because you have all these people being like, you need to learn how to use AI or you're going to get left behind. Left behind how? Like you're going to figure out faster ways to do something to make money. Great, good for you. But I think also we're in such a money obsessed society. We're such a it making money in some degrees feels so impossible, and then in other places feels so easy that it feels like there's almost like a like we're devaluing ourselves as human beings and what we're able to create, and like our productivity is put a dollar, there's like a dollar sign associated with our productivity, and it's just like
Hmm.
the people using AI to make art are only in it to do as little work as possible to make as much money as possible. And that's never what art has been about. That's never what human existence has been about. And I like loved what he said. I thought it was so good.
Loved him. I need to know who's having the best week ever in your runner up this week.
My runner up is Bravo fans because we can finally put Summer House behind us tonight. It's the last week of Summer House. We can put it all behind us. We can close it. Unfortunately, we are going to have to see Amanda on In the City, which I have been watching, but from the Summer House perspective, we're done. We're done. It's over. Let's call it a wrap. Stop asking us who's texted Wes back. Stop showing me pictures of what those two striped losers are up to. I don't care. Okay, we're done. And I'm really happy to know that we're going to be done.
I'm happy that we're done, but we also have In the City, and apparently In the City is having their own reunion as well. And best week ever for us because we're gonna see Amanda get bopped twice in a row. Well, my best week ever winner, guys, it's New York City, New York Knicks fans as a whole. I think we just had a great time watching the game and also booing Donald Trump. I think that really, as New York City, that really brought out what New York is all about. Just the crowd booing him. I swear to God, that was like the icing on my cake. And I think he's growing senile because the fact that he thought he heard cheers, I was like, oh my God, is he like Eric Adams where his haters are the waiters and he really just when he hears the booze, he hears cheers? You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
also
mean, it's like the dementia and the strokes is like, that'll do it.
that will do it. And also James Dolan, for all the Knicks fans right now, he's the owner of the Knicks, and he was the one who invited Trump to join on game 3 for the Knicks game versus Spurs. And I love New Yorkers for also bopping him in the head because James Dolan, New York doesn't want you. And it would be great if you just left as well. But yeah, New York, I wish I was there just in the subways for the atmosphere of the Knicks right now.
It's not, no city is perfect, okay? But like there's been a lot of hopelessness in America for a really long time now. And going into New York City these days, genuinely, like, guys, shout out to Mumdanistan. Like, it's like legit fun out there. It's so fun to be in the city. It feels good to be out there. The weather's been really yummy lately. Like, it feels good. It just feels good to be in the city. People look happy. People, there's jubilation in the air. It's just, it's a time to be alive.
And I love that for us.
Yeah.
Noor, who's having the best week ever in pop culture this week?
Still in the Bravo space, Sierra Miller is on her way to Fiji, mama, and she is ready to host the Love Island. What is it? Love Island after show? What is it called?
After Sun?
After Sun. She's going to be hosting Love Island After Sun. So excited for her. You better get your bag. She was also in the Shabuzi music video, which I'm just like really happy for her. She's going around and she's continuing to collect her bags, because if you listen to my podcast, my biggest concern for my girl Sierra was, Sierra, these are not your friends. Do not tie your boat to Summer House. Summer House was a stepping stool. It was, those, this is so stupid. Remember that picture from like 2000s of like the girl stepping on the stairs? It's like an animation
Yes.
of like a cartoon girl walking on the
I
stairs.
think of Ira Madison every time I see that.
Every single time she's like leaving, but like Summer House is a step in that. You are on your way up. This is so behind you. And also shout out to Kea Wilson from Bravo We're Black, because she's the one that actually raised this. I was saying, I would be really upset for her if these people continue to film on this show, and she said, let them. She doesn't need the show anymore. She is so beyond it. It's like the way Ariana no longer needs Vanderpump Rules. She is so beyond it. Like Sierra she was at Cannes. She was at the Met Gala. Like, she is no longer in the same space as even the Carls and the Kyles. You know what I mean? So it's fine. Also, a little side note, should have been an honorable mention. Shout out to the girl that kissed Kyle Cook at the DJ concert. She's having a great week. Yeah, balls. You said, put your little strawberry blonde tongue in my mouth. And he said, okay.
He's like, really? Okay.
All right, sure, why not?
Guys, please listen to The Reality Is, because me and Noor do go in depth of how I feel about Kyle right now, and you're going to love it. So
yeah, exactly. We talk about Kyle
I'm loving
the kissing booth,
kissing.
The kissing booth, except it's not a booth, it's just a DJ booth, and Kyle is there and he's kissing people.
Oh my God, put him in Love Island. Can you imagine?
Imagine you're like, this week. Okay, also I'm like, again, talking about Love Island, Zach and Charlie, their last name is the same last name as DJ James Kennedy. And I was like, it's like Georgiou. But apparently people said it's like it's like Smith for the Greeks. But I was like, but imagine three Greek menaces from the UK with the same last name. And I was like, is James Kennedy Greek? What? That's crazy. So
I mean, probably from his mom's side.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen his father though? I don't know. I can't tell what that man is. I just know that looks crazy.
I literally thought he was albino when I saw James Kennedy's dad. I was like, oh, he's albino. And then come to realize, like, no, he's not albino. Well, now we're at the end of my show where we ask my guests what their favorite song is from the early 2000s. And you brought me back to days when I was listening to Connor Orbis from Bright Eyes. But your song is the Mariners' Revenge Song by the Decemberists. This album came out in 2005. I clearly remember this whole entire album. Please tell me, what makes this one of your favorite songs, and where were you when you first heard this?
Okay, I was probably in college when I heard it. And it was, first of all, I love coming on your podcast and doing this with you because it just takes me back to like being a youth. Like, it makes me feel so youthful every time I'm doing it, because so much of my personality was driven by who I was in the early 2000s. Like 2000, this album came out in 2005. I had just turned 20. Like, I was turning 20 that year. And it's just like, not a girl, not yet a woman time of my life. This song, first I have to remember how long it is. It's a 9-minute song. It's not a song, guys. It's a story. It's a play. It's everything. There's so much that happens. There's multiple voices being used. There's multiple types of instruments being used. Also on that same album is a song called O Valencia, which is like one of my favorite love songs of all times. It's very sad, but like, I love the Decemberists because they're so cool. Like, they talk about like, bring back whimsy. The Decemberists, they're fucking whimsy. Okay. They're whimsical as fuck. And I loved that kind of music. Like, I loved it. I thought it was like so fun. This is before the time of podcasts. I had to listen to a story while I was driving. And The Mariner's Revenge is a song about literally a man meeting another man and realizing that this is the man that like ruined his mother's life, and then he takes revenge on him. They get eaten by a whale at the end. Guys, it's amazing.
It's
It's so
great
good.
vengeance. It's a great monologue that takes place inside of the belly of a whale. Like,
Yes.
you cannot make this up. Like, you would probably be like, oh, AI can make this song. AI wish they could never, because the narrator never gets the satisfaction of the long, drawn out torture or bringing the man to a traditional justice system. The reason why I love music so much is because of bands like the Decemberists, where
Yeah.
I remember Sons and Daughters were one of my favorite
Mhm.
songs from the Decemberists, and
Mhm.
it was
Yes.
because of the storytelling of it all.
Yes. They're so good. And then also, like, if you love a sea shanty, if you love "There Once," you're gonna love The Mariner's Revenge. It's such a good song. And every single time I would like, and this was like also my litmus test for like when I was dating boys, I'd be like, they'd like get into my car and I'd be like, so like, have you heard of the Decemberists? And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, let me put you on this song. And then, except I didn't say let me put you on because that's not a term that we used in 2005. And I'd be like, listen to the song, and then I'd put it on, and that would be my test to see like if the guy is like into it. If he had the patience to sit through a 9-minute song about a man staking revenge against a man who has ruined his mother's life in the mouth of a whale, if he was cool with that, then I was like, we can make out. And then anytime they weren't cool with that, I was like, you know what, get out of my car. This date is over. We're
No,
done.
truly. You brought me back to a time where this is exactly what I was listening to in 2005. And I'm so grateful for you, Noor. Noor, can you please let my listeners know where they can find you, or if you have anything cool to plug in?
Anything cool to plug in, you could just find me on Threads at The Reality Is Pod and on Instagram. And you could listen to my podcast everywhere podcasts are heard. It's called The Reality Is. I'm covering Love Island. I'm covering Bravo. And I did take a break from covering the general state of the world because there's too much Bravo content to cover. But I'm going to be going back to that with my brother. And I am hopefully trying to get that YouTube monetized, mama. Let's everybody follow everybody on YouTube. Okay. That's it.
Yes, and follow us on Patreon as well, because
Yes.
it does help us grow and it gives us money into our account. And also check
Yes.
us out on YouTube, just like Nora said, and follow us on Instagram as well. And I am having so much fun on Threads. Thank you for bullying you, Kea. I think Tom for
Yeah.
bullying me to join Threads, because
I know
it
you were a
is
blue sky
America.
girly. You were a blue
I
sky
was,
girl.
still am. But it is giving me remnants of American Online, AOL, and AIM. And that is why I love Threads so much.
It is very aim coded. Yeah, you and Amanda were holding it down for the blue skyers. It was like just you guys, just you two holding it down. Yeah, I love Threads. And look, I love Threads and I also hate Threads because Threads is also a place where I've been threatened with ICE multiple times. But also I still like keep going
Sorry, I
back
don't mean
to
to
it.
laugh.
No, it's so funny.
It's
It's
so
so funny.
unserious when I had a Swiftie come on my comments, and then she had a fight, and I'm like, girl, you're in my comments. You look
I
like a
saw
loser.
that. I saw that. I saw you were like, deal algo, keep me away from Swifties. And then somebody was like, he's obsessed with us. And I was like, it's a she. What are you doing? What are we doing? What's going on?
Nora, thank you so much for joining us. And as always,
Great.
guys, I hope you guys are having a best week ever. Bye.
Bye.